The Royal Barbados Police Force will continue its robust efforts while government pushes its social programs. That two-pronged effort is how Attorney General Dale Marshall expects Barbados will make significant headway into stemming the tide of violence that is impacting the island. His comments come as the island recorded its 48th murder on Friday night when 27-year-old Rondell Alexander was fatally shot. Noting that 48 murders are unprecedented for the island, Mr. Marshall says they put at risk everything that is being done to renew the economy. He says while the problem will not be turned around overnight, government will continue to put resources into proactive policing and equipping the members of the force with the latest investigative tools to get the job done.
This is not just a policing issue. The crime that we are seeing is also a societal issue, and we have to ask our communities, first of all, to stay the course with us. There's no reason to despair. We are making significant progress. The press will get called whenever there's a shooting, of course, but you're not going to get called when the police are making significant breakthroughs in investigations or in seizures of firearms, and that has been happening.
Mr. Marshall says the social interventions have started with identifying and providing support for the 500 most vulnerable households in the country, from which the most at-risk youth are likely to come. A senior medical specialist in Barbados is supporting the need for patient organizations to advocate for and provide information and support for people suffering with various illnesses. It comes from neurologist Professor David Corbin as he addressed members and friends of the Myasthenia Gravis Association of Barbados over the weekend. Professor Corbin says the condition, which leads to various degrees of neuromuscular weakness, can present itself as early as the newborn stage.
We see new cases arising right across the age spectrum. So, there is a need for patient organizations such as this, and, not only to provide support for each other, but to educate the public, because it's not a common condition. It's definitely not as common as stroke or epilepsy, as I mentioned, but it is prevalent among Barbadians as it is in many other parts of the world.
The awards ceremony and cocktail reception was the first of the Myasthenia Gravis Association of Barbados. Founding members, President Rosalind Maskell, former Secretary Althea Tate, former Treasurer Norma Chase and Shirley Lane were presented with plaques as a show of appreciation. Michael Murrell was recognized in absentia and Victor Etienne was recognized posthumously. As the countdown to Christmas Day continues, one Bridgetown store has launched an initiative to give back to its loyal customers and the general public. It's Sewing World in Swan Street. Our Rianne Phillips tells us more.
With the expectations of bumper crowds for the last lap Christmas shopping, Sewing World is moving to help more Barbadians keep more money in their pockets.
We will be giving away 50% discount on our merchandise upstairs. It's amazing that so many people still don't know that there's a Sewing World that has an upstairs department that carry lovely things. So yes, we're giving away 50% upstairs. We have some beautiful clocks, we have some beautiful lamps, we have a lot of gift items. We have a wide range of bathroom mats and bathroom sets. We have a wide range of valances. You can get your stuffed dolls, like those persons that like the big tigers to put on their seater or even on their bed. We have a lot of decorative balls. We also have lovely pictures and lovely things for your home.
And apart from the savings, the business is also giving young people the chance to get their feet wet in the world of work.
Persons that have been here already through the years, they come back, especially the students, and ask for positions, and we put them in place. We make a place for them. Most of them were in shop assistants, because you start as a shop assistant anyhow and then you move up, but most of them are operating cash registers too, because all that is involved in it.
I just want to say on the behalf of the management and staff of Sewing World and Black Image, a very blessed Christmas and a very prosperous 2020.
Rianne Phillips, CBC News.
In the spirit of the season, one organization is spreading joy to youngsters in its community. It's the Goodland Masters Group, hailing from the Goodland St. Michael area, which threw a Christmas party for the children of the neighborhood. This field along the Mighty Griner Highway was transformed for the afternoon of fun and food. Group member Alden Goodin says they plan to make it an annual event.
We decided, the masters and the people from the neighborhood, that we are going to keep a party every Christmas for all the children in the neighborhood because of how things is and how hard things. So we got Richard Stout and we got some music, some jumping tents and some food and get things together. That's about it.
Well, now to this story. It was with shock and sadness that the Board of Directors, management and staff of the Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation received news of the death of a colleague, 27-year-old Nyoka Howard, and her 5-year-old son Nico, who drowned at Welch's Beach on Sunday, December 15th. The corporation will indeed miss Nyoka, a dedicated employee of the canteen who diligently prepared and served meals to staff. She will be remembered for her special sense of humor, which she shared with everyone who came into contact with her during her 8 years of service here at the corporation. The Board of Directors, management and staff of the corporation extend their deepest sympathy to her mother, Stacy Howard, to her family and her loved ones. During this difficult time of their loss, they will be remembered in our prayers. And still to come, regional news, but before we get to that, here is a tip from Cooperators General Insurance.
This tip of the day is brought to you by Cooperators General Insurance Company Limited. Insurance the way you want it to be.
Did you know? Key risk factors of juvenile delinquency and criminal behaviors among juveniles include personal and social drivers, including peer pressure, materialism, poor parental control, dysfunctional families, conflict within the home, lack of positive male figures in the home, and generally unfavorable socioeconomic conditions. This tip is brought to you in association with the Criminal Justice Research and Planning Unit, keeping an eye on crime.